There's a new Marvel out that's supposed to be nuts. We should go see that.
Peep it, peep the fit, Spider-Man baby. So I just got out of seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day on Thursday midnight. It's actually it's 2 in the morning right now. I have to talk about this. If you want my full review, okay, here it is. It's perfect. Okay, it is everything I could ask for as a comic nerd, especially a Spider-Man fan. Because, oh my god, artistically, narratively, it's colorful, it's all good. I absolutely love this Spider-Man. If you saw my previous video where I saw that, oh, there's so many villains and there's so much things going on, and everything is like so messy. It's not. It's actually not. It's such like a tight plot. And there's not really like too much like plot holes or anything. Nothing really felt out of place. It all kind of jived pretty well, which I'm really happy about. And on top of that, there is some great characterization. Like I said before in my previous video, and I turned out to be right. This is legit the most comic accurate depiction of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. This is Spider-Man. He is so different from his previous movies in the MCU. And one thing I noticed is that you guys remember that whole MCU thing where Spider-Man's still owned by Sony, but so all of his like MCU trilogy, he has like a Marvel character or an MCU character show up. In the first one, he had Tony. The second one, he had Nick Fury, and the third one, he had Doctor Strange. And then I thought like, oh well, that kind of applies to Brand New Day too, because you know we have the Punisher and the Hulk and Black Widow. Who is Yelena. I totally forgot she was in this, but yeah, she was in this. And I feel like in those older movies, you can kind of tell that like it feels like a bit weird, or it feels different. But for me personally, in the MCU versions, it feels different in a bad way, and in Brand New Day, this feels different in a good way. And the reason why I think that is because in the MCU trilogy, he is essentially a kid. They all treat him like a kid. Which is, yeah, it's nice. It's always nice to have a young Peter Parker to like appeal to like a younger audience. But like in those movies, all of the MCU characters that show up, they are essentially like the big adults looking down on this kid, and Spider-Man's always trying to prove himself. While in his comics, he is like his own character. He doesn't have to rely on these bigger adults or these bigger superheroes. In fact, in a lot of iterations, he kind of bickers with them a lot. He kind of like doesn't like him. Spider-Man isn't like a team player. He really thrives on its own. And this is what I like about Brand New Day, because you have the Punisher and Yelena and the Hulk. But like he even said in the movie, and you can even hear in some of the clips in the trailers, he says he's not in high school anymore. He is not a kid. This is a full-grown Peter Parker Spider-Man. And that's what makes it so great, because he is standing up to these guys. He doesn't take anyone's shit. That's my favorite part. Oh my god, and his quipping and his banter, it's so well. It jives so well with the Punisher and even like Bruce Banner, the Hulk. Everyone, this is a fully realized and accurate Spider-Man, and I absolutely love this. This was such a fun movie. There is so much good scenes. I have to see it again. I feel like I have to see it again. And I gotta say, Dustin Daniel Cretton, whatever your name is, the director, keep cooking. Please, I want you to make more Spider-Man movies. I want you on more Marvel movies. I want you in more movies in general. Because the coloring and the scenes, and especially the web swinging, so beautiful. So creative. There is so many cool shots. I want to go back and play like each like fight scene, and like just anytime Spider-Man is like swinging through the city, I just want to play that in slow motion and study it, because there is so much sauce. There is so much sauce in this movie. I can't keep saying that enough. Highly recommend this movie if you're a huge Spider-Man fan. This is a great time. But now I have to get into a little bit of spoiler talk, so if you didn't see it, you might want to skip this part. So after watching the movie, I can confirm that the Sadie Sink character is in fact Jean Grey, you know, the X-Men. And I really didn't know how they were gonna incorporate Jean Grey into like this Spider-Man story, but it works really well. I thought they were gonna like set up like an X-Men thing, like she's part of the X-Men or she's like already like a part of the X-Men, something like that. But like, no, she is like her like own character, and that works like pretty well. And I think they're probably gonna set up not Spider-Man. They're probably gonna set up Jean Grey like joining the X-Men like later when like Doomsday arrives or something. But yeah, I think they handle this pretty well. And Sadie Sink, of course, she's phenomenal. She can act. Her acting is phenomenal, and like I think she might be a really great casting. Maybe a perfect casting for Jean Grey. Actually, yeah, we didn't really get I don't know if we got good castings. Well, they were all good actors, but not great depictions of Jean Grey. They weren't really well written in like the X-Men trilogy and the Dark Phoenix. Don't even get me started on Dark Phoenix. But I really want to see what they do with her, because she's actually very interesting, and she is a pretty goated X-Men character, I gotta say. One thing I've been thinking about, I really hope they don't make Sadie Sink Jean Grey fall in love with James Marsden Cyclops. That's probably not gonna happen. I don't know why it crossed my mind, but yeah, okay, they're probably not gonna meet. I don't know why I thought of that, because they're two different universes. They're probably gonna keep her away, and I think they were talking about they're making their own like X-Men series for the MCU. So yeah, that's great. That's fine. Sorry, it was just like a weird note. I feel like I just had to say that real quick. I don't know. And finally, the return of the actual Hulk. No more smart Hulk, no Bruce Banner Hulk, whatever weird Hulk. We actually got the 2012 Hulk back. Like a full-on raging green gorilla. Thank you. This was such that was such a standout fight. The Spider-Man versus Hulk fight was such a standout fight, and I love the chemistry that Peter has with the Punisher, Jon Bernthal. It really is like two like brothers, like just like talking. Even on on the set of the Odyssey and even in this one, you could see that they have such great like chemistry, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure in the comics Spider-Man and Punisher kind of hate each other. I mean, I feel like they still have a little bit like of a mutual respect. Maybe less Spider-Man respect for the Punisher, but this team up is a really fun one in the movie. I'm really glad they brought the Netflix Punisher onto the big screen, and I kind of hope they do that for Daredevil too. Also, another thing I forgot to mention is the reveal of Peter's mutation, his organic webbing. He's becoming more spider than man. I thought they were gonna do this full-on like man spider thing, and he was gonna get like hairy and like grow multiple arms, but no, he just gets organic webbing and becomes fucking crazy. The battle with Scorpion, where he kind of lets the arachnid hormones kind of take control, and he fucking kills him. He was doing fucking Spider-Man PS4 finishers on them. He was doing Spider-Man PS4 finishers on like every fight, which that was really fucking cool to see, I gotta say. But yeah, and I really liked how they acknowledged Peter 2, which was a Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker, which was a callback to No Way Home. That was a nice little reference, and I like how he still remembers them. While watching it, I did see some comparisons to like Spider-Man 2, and of course you see like Peter, they share similarities because they're going through a mutation, they're struggling, they see the girl go with someone else. It really is cool to see, and those movies, I feel like, for me, in terms of like Spider-Man movies, though, Brand New Day and Spider-Man 2 might be tied, but I feel like me personally, I lean a little more towards Brand New Day. I don't know, they did a really great job. Of course, Spider-Man 2 always has like a special place in my heart, but Brand New Day is such like an accurate and fun and amazing portrayal. I even say in my last video, it's Spider-Man when he's having such like a busy day meeting multiple villains and multiple heroes, and he's bantering back and forth, but he's like persevering in the end. This was literally peak Spider-Man. And there was so much, once again, so much sauce. There was so much sauce in this movie. One more point I want to touch on is that I like how Peter connecting back to MJ and Ned. I like how they didn't make this easy at all. Like if Spider-Man like just kisses MJ or takes off his mask and says, "Hey, I'm Peter. You remember me? I had a spell on you." Then they would just like remember, like, "Oh yeah, Peter. Oh my God. Of course I remember you." No, that does not happen at all, because when, and of course, there's a reason why this isn't spoiler talk. MJ finds Peter's note and she reads it, and Peter ends up unmasking and talking out on like kind of what happened and who they were before, and MJ just straight up says, "I don't love you, and I don't know who you are," which was such a punch in the heart and the gut. It's crazy. I thought that was really well done. I'm glad they kind of leaned in more of that and they didn't do like the cop out, like easy remembering thing. But that leads into like Peter reconnecting and like gaining their like chemistry back and like and exploring like who they were before, and kind of reminding him how good it is to have not just have his friends back, but like friends like in general. And I really like that. And I'm not gonna say too much about like what happens at the end, but like I really want a happy ending. I really want a happy ending for this Peter Parker. This movie has a great message, and I know Tom Holland was talking about it too, but the message of this movie is that you don't have to do it alone. Tom Holland was kind of preaching this to like a younger audience, but the key takeaway of this movie is that you don't have to do it alone, and it's okay to rely on others. And if you bury yourself into your work and think you have to do this whole lone wolf act, it's probably more destructive than you think it is. We are social animals. We're humans. We're made for connection. And you can see that's why in the movie, he starts to let go of himself. He becomes more Spider-Man than Peter Parker, and that's why he's having this like mutation, and that's why the spider literally takes over. He literally becomes more spider than man. But I especially loved how they hammer home that you don't have to be one person or the other. You don't have to be full on one person or full on the other. You can be both. You can find a balance, find a harmony, and you don't have to seclude yourself from friends and family if you're going through things. If you're going through like a business, work, job, like mental and emotional struggles. Reach out, because the people you love and the people you care about want you to. They want to help you work through this. And if you don't talk about it, then they won't know. Such an amazing message to give to younger audiences, especially kids with this whole like internet culture of, you know, being an alpha, this gender's toxic, this people's toxic, this race is toxic, everything. You just want to, oh yeah, I just want to focus on myself. But no, we don't need like that alpha masculine or toxic internet culture, especially for our kids. And I'm glad good old Spider-Man was able to hammer it at home for everyone. Another quick minor thing, really loved how they added like an extra homecoming scene or more context for that homecoming scene with like Aunt May. That was a really powerful message. But yes, this was a fantastic movie. I'm so glad that we finally have an amazing Spider-Man movie, a movie where Spider-Man can shine as like his comic portrayal. This I can't stop glazing this movie. I don't even want to go to sleep right now. But if you haven't seen it and you're a Spider-Man fan, just stop watching this video. Just go out and see the movie. I liked it. This is a perfect movie. A perfect comic book movie, I have to say. Thank you.